so I actually topped the part closest to the brow bone with the highlighter from the 24 karat palette, which is Sarcophagus, to give it that nice shimmer. And then underneath the eye, I chose Liberace for the nice gold color because I think the gold in the Bloodless palette looks a little green to me. Don't like it. I was expecting a lot more golds in the palette, being a royal palette. And as you can see behind you, this is the first video shot with a new backdrop. This is a black backdrop in the similar look of the gray backdrop, and I also have a cerulean blue one, but we'll wait for a different video for that. So, for the Bloodlust palette, we of course have these velvet, and it is really actually velvet, which is very interesting. So, definitely it is $54 US, which is $2 more than the Blood Sugar and the Blue Blood palettes, which have the same amount, which is 18 shades. And makes for a great velvety ASMR sounds. And before I continue, yes, there's Liberace as the highlighter as well. And Wizard Glass, I believe, was what this one was. In the collection, it's the only gloss I got that's on. It has a copper tone with a little bit of purple speck. I thought it was the most wearable shade for me. So let's go ahead and get started. And again, Liberace is from the 24 karat palette. So for any of you complaining that the 24 karat palette is too dark for your complexion, you can use it for your eyes, right? And then it looks good because it's kind of a bronzer, so at least that's the way I look at it. So inside we have the 18 shades, and it has a film over the glass and a plastic like structure here. And I've already removed that part, but I wanted to go ahead and put it back on so you could listen to it. Okay, so there are 18 shades in the palette. And of course we have this lovely film over the mirror. So we wanted to leave that in the video for some lovely ASMR sounds. Okay. And we'll get to swatching. So let's go ahead and get started. So for the first shade, this is a weird palette because it's in the hexagon shape, so there's not the 6 shades per row. But we have the first color, which is a bone white color, and it is called Your Majesty. I'm going to start on my hand because I think that's a great spot with more than one, because I'm just so pale. As you can see, it's very white. The next color is called Take the Crown, and it's this shimmery periwinkle. And that is a pretty shade. And moving on to the second row already. This one has 4 colors. Now this is a lightest periwinkle color. I'm probably mark some of these down a little bit more. And you can see that right next to it. So it's a light color. And the next one is I want to say it's a light blend between purple and pink, and it is a shimmery color called Beauty Sleep. It kind of looks like rose gold on my skin, and you can see it pretty much is my skin color. So that's a little interesting, but yeah, that's pretty. That's right here. And the next one's supposed to be the new formula, which is Wet Jewel, and I've actually been looking at a few videos that people were very disappointed in this one because it's so sheer. It's probably more of a highlighter, and yeah, I can see what people are is this lovely, I want to say, a mauvey pink, or it looks mauvey red on the camera. Okay, so far we're still in the warm colors. And moving on to the middle row, we have Dungeon, which is this dark plum, almost grayish purple color. This is probably the darkest purple in the palette. It's almost a gray purple. So look at that. Okay, so it kind of looks like black cherry Kool-Aid. I don't know if everybody's ever had that, but that's what it reminds me of. The next color is the color of Scandal Water, and when I heard the name of that, I thought of White Water Scandal. And again, it's a periwinkle blue. So this is kind of a blue shade. And there it is. Okay, so this next one is the only gold in the palette, which I was expecting something more than that, you know, with the whole idea that royalty and the crown on the front, and we get a green gold. I don't know, I haven't used it, but I believe this is something you would want to put on with your finger, and it looks like it's extremely soft. And it looks better, I guess, on the skin. Maybe it's considered more like an antique gold than a green gold, but I still think Liberace looks better with the teal color of Vile Serpent. Now the next color is really fun. It's called Pink Magic, and it reminds me of the Trisha Paytas color in the Conspiracy palette, just because it's the really bright pink. But this time it is a pink shimmer, and that looks really good with the Sworn Enemy. The next color is Bleeding Heart, and it's this bright, almost terracotta red, and it seems so out of place, and it is not a very soft shade when using your fingers. The color just seems out of place to me in the palette, but there he is. Still looks pretty that way. And the next color is the color Executioner, and this is this black shimmery glitter shade, and it actually has a purple shift in the color. There's a lot of payoff on this one, believe it or not, so I would say this is a lot better than the Vile Serpent, which was the teal color. And look at that, just shimmer. Okay, moving on to the fourth row. It is Hiking, which is, it looks like a mauvey purple shade, but I believe when people put it on, it's actually a darker purple than the Blood Queen, but I could be wrong. But it's deceiving because the palette makes it look like it would not be. And I guess we might need to mark it down a little bit more. It is a dry shade. And it looks more pink on me, but on somebody's eyes I saw, I think it was Graveyard color, it looked a lot more purple. Vivid Mood looks like a darkest periwinkle in the actual palette. Okay, so this is Vivid Mood is the one that I'm thinking of. Sorry, that is a lot darker than when you put it on than what it actually is in the pan. So you can see that on my skin. That actually looks like a true purple. But if you look at the actual palette, it is this light periwinkle here, or basically the darkest periwinkle. So it's just deceiving on that one because it's actually a lot darker when you put it on than what it looks like. The next one is probably the only real neutral in the palette, and it is called Monarchy. And it is this almost creamy coffee color. And you may or may not be able to see this on me. It is darker than the skin, but again, it's very light. This one took a lot of buildup. It's nowhere near as dark on your eyes than it is in the pan. So this is the swatch, and it's weird, it swatches so dark, but when you try to put it on your eye with the actual brush, it was pretty difficult to put on, but it's one of those buildable shades. And the last one, I want to say it's a purple shimmer with like the shimmer is like on the cold scale. It's called Betrayal. I'm not sure if the shimmer is really going to translate on me. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. So when you look at this, the swatches here, it seems more like a pink palette to me than a purple palette. Like you have this color, which is obviously a periwinkle. This is also a little bit darker periwinkle, but I believe that's the bluish color. And then this is the purple, which is the Vivid Mood, which is, you know, darker than what it looks like. But other than that, there's really, I don't think there's any purples in this palette other than that, because the rest of it seems pink to me. And that was the complaint that a lot of people that love purple, you know, they were disappointed in the palette. And I guess it looks better on the eyes maybe in, you know, the one with Mitchell's and Jeffree Star's explanation, but it doesn't translate to purple to me. So, but, and then we also have the gloss shade, and of course is Marsound. I believe in the Wizard class, and I'll go ahead and put this up on the hands. And as you can see, it is a coppery, bronzish gloss with a purple shift. And it looks more like that, but that's what it looks like on my lips. It doesn't want to go back in, but this is again the creme brulee scent, and the camera has it backwards, but as you can see, it is a coppery like shade of it focus. There we go. So everybody, that is the Bloodless palette. I didn't get any of the other items. I was a little frustrated that I wanted to try the Extreme Frost, but I don't trust Jeffree's website due to the mystery box fiasco. And surprisingly, it didn't sell out right away for the Bloodless palette, so I don't know if maybe he just made more of it, or if it wasn't as popular as the other ones, so that's interesting. But it does look good on the arms here, and I'm sure I'm going to have stained arms from that red color. And again, I used the 24 karat palette for the colors Liberace and Sarcophagus. Sarcophagus on the eyes to lighten it up, and Liberace underneath the eyes for the gold. And I wanted it kind of look like a peacock kind of color with the teal, and that's just because I love greens and golds together. So everybody, that is this video, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing another. I'll probably buy another Jeffree Star palette, but we'll see. I'm excited to maybe see if he redeems himself on the mystery boxes. The website was a disaster for mobile, and the box was underwhelming for the deluxe, which was the medium box. But everybody, I've already announced the winner in the pinned comment in the Valentine's mystery box giveaway, which I did the mini breaker. So enjoy the mini breaker, and that'll be the only giveaway. But yeah, do I recommend this? I think if you're into makeup and you're into collecting, definitely. I'm not good at makeup, as you can see. I suck at it, but this is probably the better looking one. Worked a little bit better on blending out. I can't find my regular brushes, so I used a paintbrush. And the velvet is just so nice. The clasp is a little weird. this Jeffree Star video. I'll probably do some more.